Ba-dum, bum, bum. Windy pig, oh, windy, 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 windy pig.
Right, I was going to so I've got some gas now, the torch, and everything's sitting over there in the corner, but I was going to get onto that. But that would mean clearing all the newspaper off the top of the workbench, getting the metal stuff out, and I've got somewhere to go in a little bit, so I just thought I'd do a little bit on the tank while I was messing around. It just needs a bit of a clean up on the back. I'm not so worried about the back of it being clean because it's just coming underneath the bike, but I just want to have a look at the condition of the tank first. It's coming up a lovely colour, like when it's clean, which is nice. Shame the top got black really, because it would have been a nice tank otherwise. This is just some GT85. I clean with this stuff because it's a bit of it does work as a bit of a degreaser, and it will leave a little sort of residue of itself and hopefully stop it anything getting too rusty in the future if it goes that way. The other thing I've got to do is start working on the scratches that I made. I'll show you those in a second. And also this is quite rusty in here, so I'm just going to give that a clean as well. Just make it nice and prepped, so it's just nice. Just so I know it's nice, even though it doesn't really matter. The underneath is clean. As far as I know, this works. It's the fuel level sender. I think, you know, I can't see why it wouldn't work. And actually, the one on my bike works anyway. So, if it turns out this one doesn't work, then I'll just swap them out. Oh dear, it's lovely under here though. I don't know how well you can see the colour of it, but it's gorgeous when you can see a lovely sort of shiny blue, sort of flake in it. It's got, yeah, it's a hell of a colour. I might end up matching this to the other panels because this is a lovely colour. Well, that's clean enough for me. Just give it once over. I'm just going to do this bit. Just there's a bit of rust forming in those holes. It's coming out. I mean, it's only very light surface rust. Where's my bloody toothbrush? There it is. It's only light surface rust. And actually, get in there with a toothbrush, clean that up quite nicely. So that's quite good. I'm pleased with that. Quite pleased with this tank. It looks in good nick, apart from the thing. So right, I did make a start on the scratches I made. So this is the bad side. Let's turn it over. So this side, let me move that light a bit. That's made it worse. Oh, fuck it. So you can see a lot of scratches. Just where I've just had the Stanley blade in and just taken some of the old paint off. Just scratch the clear coat. Now, luckily for me, the bottom of this is quite badly chipped. So you can see here where it's chipped the clear coat through. So and it looks like the pearl must be in the clear coat, or there must be a layer of pearl or something before the clear coat. But it's quite thick. It's nearly, I mean, it's fractions of a millimetre, but it is thick for clear coat, which is nice. It means I can quite safely rub it back. And if you turn it over to this side, which I've already started on, put on these very deep scratches, which will never come out, but I think I'm actually going to be behind. I'm hoping it's going to fall in behind the Kawasaki logo. But this one I've already started on. You can see the scratches are very light. So what you do is, what I do, and again, I'm not into painting. I find painting very dull. Take a little bit of wet and dry, dip it in the water down here, which I know isn't the way you're supposed to do it, and just go over it. And I probably could get away with a much coarser grit of sandpaper because of how thick the clear coat and wherever the coat is that gives it this pearl shine. But I'm also deeply paranoid about going too deep and then running out of clear coat. So it makes more sense to me to take time, slowly but surely work a little bit of the clear coat away, you know. Just work in these small areas, rub it down, wipe it back. And then once we've got, and this will dull it up, this stuff, as you can see. I don't know if it comes through on the camera very well, but it does dull that area up a little bit. So that's pretty good though. And then, so that's taken out most of the little scratches. So then what we do is we get some blue guck. This is just a scratch remover, T-cut stuff, cheap, you know. And I've got a blue colour one because, well, it's a blue tank. Split some on. Oh, it's probably a bit much actually. It's probably way too much. Take some off. Let's see how that'll do. Right, keep that in there. And then, just with a little circular, just work it in to where I've been working with it. I've been working with the sandpaper. And you've got to push quite hard with this stuff, but it does the job. And this should just tidy up the clear coat so that we have a nice shiny finish. Look at that. A couple of very tiny little scratches you can still see, but I reckon that almost all of that is going to be under the Kawasaki, like, apart from this little section here. So we'll do a bit of that there. And you can see that. Just got to go a bit higher where I've been. Just got to check where I've been a bit wayward with the sandpaper. I've gone a bit far into the edge of the. That looks lovely. I'm chuffed with that. But that was the easy side, because that's the side I've already started. I've already done this for about an hour yesterday. That looks bloody brilliant. Anyway, I'll turn it over to the bad side and we'll start again. Now there's something rattling around in here. I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll find out. Right. So we get our bit of wet and dry. And that back over here. Out of the way. So you can see how bad those scratches are. Right, let's see how we get on. Some of these I don't think will come out. Some of these look to be a bit too deep. Or maybe. It'll definitely look better, even if we can't get rid of them all. We'll definitely get rid of all the little tiny ones, which are an irritant. There's some down there. So where it comes from, we'll get them as well. I'll fast forward this or something because I'll be here for hours. So we'll do that and then we'll take the water off, see how we get on. Oh bloody hell, that's brilliant already. So most of this is already gone. That'll all flatten down quite nicely, I think. A bit more at the end here. And you can, I don't know if it comes in the camera, but you can see it starts to go to orange peely. So if you've done, I mean, I know people do paint their own bikes. If you do paint your own bike and you get this orange peel look, you can do this with this same process. So when I do paint, which I very rarely do, I'll put much more thick layers of paint than I need on. So I'll do, so say it calls for 3 coats or something, I'll put 4 or 5 on, and then you've then got some things you can work with. If you do end up with this orange peel stuff, you can flat it back like this. If I was inclined, I'd buy a polishing tool. You can get these sort of, they go on the end of a drill, like a little thing for, and this bit becomes much easier because you just go over it with a machine rather than doing it by hand. But I don't do it often enough to warrant spending the money. A bit more over there. And you just got to push quite hard. It's a lovely colour, I tell you. I really am. I mean, the old tank was nice blue, but this one's got this lovely sort of fleckle to it. I don't know what you call it. There must be a name for it in the painting world, someone will tell me, but it's a lovely colour. Right, you'll see now that some of these scratches haven't gone. They're still, see there? But it's better than it was. This bottom end's good. So that bottom side is now almost scratch free. You can just see a little bit of a shadow of them. So I might do that all again. But that's looking much better than it was. I'm well chuffed with that. I'm going to carry on with this. I'm going to do another hour or 2 of this. You can just see the scratches. I'll move that tank, yeah. I'm going to do another, well, next hour. Another 20 minutes, half an hour of this. Just really get rid of those scratches. And then I might get on with fitting it. Should be nice. Right, cheers. So the old tank draining. I did try and run it down a bit, but that's how it goes. New tank ready to go on. It's all shiny up. I mean, I tell you what, I'm really pleased with this. I don't know why it comes on the camera. There's still some light scratches on there, just like here, little one. But generally, They are, yeah, they're like, that looks bloody brilliant. The other side's just as good. That's an hour or two of rubbing down. This needs another polish, but what I'm going to do is when I get on the bike, I'm going to borrow, mate of mine's got a proper rotary polisher, and give the whole tank a proper once over, because there is still some signs of black paint from where it was originally sprayed. You just see a little shadow of it here, and I reckon that'll come off if I get a sort of quite a coarse grit polish, do the whole tank on the bike in one go, where it's nice and sturdy, and then go down to a finer grit, and I think it'll look the business. It's a shame that these panels are such a light blue. Same with the front mudguard. I'm going to see how it looks on the bike with a different matching tank, and then maybe I'll see about sourcing a new set of panels for it. But otherwise that's it. So next thing is clear the workbench and start a fire. So I didn't film it just because I couldn't bother, but I fitted the Kawasaki logos on, fitted the tank lid, and I fitted the tap. All went on nicely. Shame the colour doesn't really match. It's really, it's just it's way off, but still, it'll be nice to have a working bike again that's not leaking petrol before I go, and maybe I can source some dark side panels. We'll see how it goes.